Net.au.
Right, you guys ready?
ComX presents.
Alex, not yet. Lauren, what are you doing?
Making everything look sexy and chilling.
By the way, I don't want to eat anyone's thumbnails.
Thanks, Nick May, for that's super helpful. Can we just get the show going?
ComX Net. Is it ComX Net AU? Or,
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your crumpets. It's season 2 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw, with your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Alright Dave, you can start drawing.
Yeah, if you can make sense of it, good luck. Yeah, wherever you are, Dave, you can start drawing. Welcome to episode 70 of Drink and Draw, Friday Night Drink and Draw, brought to you by ComX Studio. Tonight, our theme is SpongeBob SquarePants, and we are talking to Kieran Jack as our special guest. Over to you, Peter.
Correct. With me, manning the buttons, just doing my intro, Shane, the fearless founder of ComX. Say hi, Shane.
Hi,
Doing
Shane.
the funny scribbles, not Quick Nick, don't know where he is some guy who goes by Spedsy. Spedsy, hi, nice meeting you.
Hi, thank you, Peter. It's good to be on the show. I am on the quick drawing duties. I whipped this up while we were waiting.
Legendary.
yes, it's correct.
Hey, Gary.
I've got a lot to learn tonight. I don't know SpongeBob very well, but
Really?
good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Kids.
So, special guest tonight, Kieran Jack. We'll be having a good chat and picking his brain later. But first, time for my history lecture. We're drawing SpongeBob tonight, first conceived of as SpongeBoy by the late great Steven Hillenburg in 1989 to marry his love of marine science and cartooning. In an educational comic he called The Intertidal Zone. It then went to air 10 years later on Nickelodeon, where the geeky little sponge's inexhaustible flow of optimism and unapologetic geekiness flew in the face of the increasingly darker toned comics of the time. Since then, SpongeBob has gone on to air in over 170 countries, has numerous major movies, and his face is slammed on so much merchandise you could fill Tasmania. So, round table. Everyone, say hi and give us your thoughts on SpongeBob. Let's start with Sizzle.
Well, my thoughts on SpongeBob is I know very little about him. I know he's, a sponge, a sea sponge. His best mate is a starfish, I believe, called Patrick.
Patrick Star.
He lives in a pineapple. Sorry, what was that?
That's a crab. I don't know. Sorry. Continue.
Did you say Patrick lives in a pineapple or SpongeBob?
No, SpongeBob does, I think.
Come on.
His neighbor is a squid or an octopus or something, and he works for a crab. That's about all I know about him.
I mean, his boss's name is Mr. Krabs. His neighbor's name's Squidward. So there's your first clue. You're a squid and a crab.
He also rides the hop.
Sizzle, that was good. Spedsy, skipping me, hosting privilege.
Yeah. So.
There's a crossover waiting to happen.
Yeah. Someone ripped someone.
Spoiler alert.
Nickelodeon aren't ready.
So I know. Hey kids, something. Who is a something under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants. So I've heard the theme. I know he's a sponge. Thanks, Sid. I don't know much. My kids do watch it a little bit, and I know it's revered, and I'm proud that they're watching that as opposed to copious amounts of Paw Patrol. But I've not really partaken. So I'm eager to learn tonight. Bring it on, please.
Excellent. All right. Alex, animation guru.
Yeah, I love me some SpongeBob. For any of those Nickelodeon Toon fans, like pretty much a progression. A lot of artists that started on Ren and Stimpy and then moved on to Rocko's Modern Life, and a lot of Rocko's Modern Life people moved on. It was like a follow-up, like follow-up cartoon. So if you like Rocko's Modern Life, which I did, and so based through that, I got into SpongeBob, and it was like a first few episodes was hard to watch because I hated that voice. But once you get over that voice, it's it's a very funny show. It's
provided by Tom Kenny.
Yeah, who's a stand-up as well.
He's a hilarious dude. Anything he's in, he's great.
Yeah, well, he's good. Well, SpongeBob's good, but that voice is great. But anyways, once you get over it, it's good. It's good, and yeah, and I actually have met. I was in China, and for all the Chinese fans, everybody knows it's called Haimen Bao Bao in Chinese for SpongeBob SquarePants. So it was very big in China when I was there. I went. They had like just everywhere. They had all the exhibitions and stuff like that, and then. Ken Osborne, it was his brother Mark Osborne, I think. He was on not Ozzy's family, some other Osbornes. They worked on Kung Fu Panda, and they were out in China, so I got to meet them as well.
Awesome.
And they did a speech. It was funny. They did a speech. It's like this whole business thing about conference, but for the SpongeBob ones, they just let all the kids in. And he had all these like SpongeBob fans there just talking. Who they thought it would have been like a proper conference, and then all these kids came in instead.
That's very in keeping. I like that.
Yeah. So So there you go. That's my experience. Like compared to all the other characters, I have a lot more fondness towards SpongeBob. So
excellent.
I'm happy to be on that on this show.
Oh, awesome.
For the SpongeBob one, and then also. Shout out to my friend Brandon who's watching. If you're watching, just leave a message. And,
yes, please do.
And then you can, you can tell people if my Shanghai story is true or false.
Everyone else watching, draw along.
Draw along as much as possible.
Yeah, and everyone else can call BS on my stuff. I held back. Anyways, I talk too much. I'll shut up. And Duncan, you do more talking.
Duncan,
I think
please.
he knows more about SpongeBob than I do, especially when it comes to lore and stuff. So
we haven't seen you in a while, buddy. What's cracking?
Not much is cracking. Oh my god, it's a cartoon of me. I think. Is that me? I think it's me.
I like that.
It might be Nick actually.
I'm not very good at likenesses quickly, so bear with me.
So it is Nick then. Fair enough. All right. Yeah, I don't know SpongeBob. My kids watch SpongeBob. Pantera was in an episode of SpongeBob.
That's true.
That's a fun fact.
That's a good bit of trivia.
Yeah, it's trivia.
We had a lot of celebrities on SpongeBob. Johnny Depp's done a voice. Hasselhoff.
Hasselhoff was in the movie.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Pantera is the only metal band on there, so that's as far as my knowledge goes. Metal bands on SpongeBob.
That's good. That's good. Pantera's fine. That's a good bit of trivia. Nick May.
Yeah.
SpongeBob, eh?
SpongeBob. Yes,
correct. Sweet SpongeBob.
Okay, next.
I have watched the SpongeBob movie. I understand that it has oversized prosthetic modeling of David Hasselhoff's legs and chest in it.
What movie hasn't?
Well, I mean, every movie that I've watched has, but SpongeBob does as well. It's got some great songs in it. One that I may be homaging tonight. And what else? Does it have Alec Baldwin in it? Yes, Alex. Yeah. That's where I'm going. Yeah. SpongeBob, right? Yeah. What about you, Nathan? What do you know about SpongeBob?
Next to nothing.
I'll do the hosting. Thanks, Nick.
Next to nothing. I'm probably more of the Ren and Stimpy generation, I think.
That's all right. I'll talk about Ren and Stimpy
then. I was going to say, I understand he lives in Bikini Bottom. Is that right?
Correct. Which is a parody of Bikini Atoll, where the French launched their nuclear bombs.
Oh, there you go. So there's some nice grim history in there for the kiddies as well.
To answer a question in the comments, no one actually knows why pineapple is SpongeBob's house. Hillenberg pitched it from the very beginning as that and refused to tell people why, except that he thought it was funny.
Cool.
I think one thing I'm
Kieran.
familiar with.
Oh, sorry, Nathan. Go ahead. You had more.
No, I was going to say one thing I think I am familiar with is some of like the background paintings are similar in style to the old Ren and Stimpy show.
Yes, very true.
I love like the grossness and the detail of those.
Those are extreme cutaways. The painted ones are beautiful. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. absolute hallmark of Nickelodeon cartoons.
Yes.
Kieran.
Yo, yeah.
I like that
I
funny
guess
looking
I got a bit of talk about it, seeing as I chose the subject tonight. Yeah, look, I grew up watching this when I wasn't reading comic books. I had my head glued to the television watching Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. So I was watching, the likes of Ren and Stimpy, Ara Monsters. So growing up, kind of towards the teenage years, I jumped into the whole SpongeBob trend, and I just continued watching it later into my teens. And I've never really grown up, so I still watch cartoons. And SpongeBob is a big part of that. Especially when I came into tonight's subject of Talking Bread as well. It's kind of influenced my cartoon wackiness, storytelling, and illustrations, and SpongeBob is a big influence in my life, and I can't believe it's still going. Like the longevity of I know it's changed its animation style since it first began, but I think that it's incredible that it's a testament to its creativity and the fan base as well. They've been able to continue going down that track. I think, becoming up to nearly, 15, 16 years of SpongeBob SquarePants, which is quite amazing for a kids television show.
It is.
Yeah. Look, it's a big influence in my life, and I and hopefully might
send me that one.
Hopefully, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Hopefully.
Did I freeze up then? No, we're good. Okay, cool. My thoughts, SpongeBob. I was very much aware of it when it first aired because the name really stuck out. Such a weird one, SpongeBob SquarePants. Didn't sit down and actually watch an episode, so I moved into a share house with a bunch of friends, one of whom had a kid who was obsessed. So it was continually on a loop at all times. So more often than not, when we'd be babysitting, I'd come home, crash out, and then end up staying in front of the TV for hours, consuming way too much SpongeBob, which was a great time in my life. And been unhealthily obsessed with cartoons and the like ever since.
What do you like about it, Pete? What do you think makes it cool?
I think it's the pure. Most cartoons have some sort of baseline logic behind them, and SpongeBob has almost none of it, which I really enjoy. There's rivers in the ocean, there's fires that start. They somehow have the threat of drowning sometimes, which is just incredible. The fact that SpongeBob looks like a dishwashing sponge.
I like it when they go above the sea and become live action.
Yes. At one point, a gorilla went under the water and chased them.
As you would.
That's what you can never really predict it. There's a lot of lore there, which is a lot of fun. There's elderly superheroes that people geek out over. There's super villains. There's ghosts. There's a narrator that occasionally appears. There's a very deep lore to SpongeBob. And it's all very extremely weird. And weird's always fun.
What's the deal with the pirate at the start? Does he play a role in the show?
Yeah, Patchy, the pirate, was actually supposed to be in every episode. He was supposed to open it and finish with it, but they couldn't afford a live-action actor at the time.
Oh, okay.
And Nickelodeon talked him out of it. And then it wasn't until a few episodes in that they let him do it. And that's when they just got SpongeBob's voice actor to play him.
Yeah, right.
Anyone answer that one?
Why is SpongeBob? Because a sponge is a sea creature, Rebecca. This is one of my friends just winding me up, by the way. She's not an actual viewer.
She's not an actual viewer.
At least being your friend interacting. My friend's all quiet. I don't know why Brandon's not typing. Come on, Brandon, ask a question. Is he not watching? If you're not watching, I'm going to go after him later.
There you go. Apparently,
Yeah.
number one kids show in America 2000 to 2017.
The Loud House is crap, though.
I've never heard of Loud House, to be honest.
What is the Loud House?
It's a boy with a lot of sisters.
No, that's a new one to me.
Yeah, it's
I
a boy
recently
with a lot
picked
of
this up. you get a chance, definitely get this if you can. Like it's incredible. It's just basically the making of SpongeBob, and it goes through all the history. You get bits and tidbits of like little sketches from the actual show. It's glorious. Like I love an art book, but like this really does take the cake. Like I thought always Adventure Time had the best art book, but this one actually is incredible. They've got little, comic books with inside it. What was one of the things that I found? Evil book from Plankton, things like that. Like it's non-stop fun, and it's a real behind-the-scenes look at how the series was created and curated. And it's well worth it. Well worth the money. I think it was about $30.
Is that this one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. It's
Great
just phenomenal, isn't it, Peter?
Oh, hold it up. Hey.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet. Well worth it.
Well, I've actually got some pictures from the book we can show. Have you got them, Sears?
Yes, I'll start with a random one.
Yep. So this is one of
Everyone
Steve
see that?
Hillenberg's first pictures of the cast of Bikini Bottom.
Yeah,
You've got his boss at the top there. You got his daughter, the whale. That makes sense. The squirrel that falls into the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, there's an actual crab guy.
Okay, to answer
Mr. Krabs.
yet another question from Rebecca, he looks like a kitchen sponge because A, it was easier to animate, and B, Hillenberg thought it'd be funny to make him look like a square peg in a round hole. He doesn't always fit in. That's why he looks like a kitchen sponge.
Was there anything to? I thought there was also, because he said people wouldn't recognize an undersea sponge, and it would be easier to recognize it as a kitchen sponge. People would have.
When we first did the comic, it was in the very, very early sketches, it was an anthropomorphic, just a sponge shape, a sea sponge shape. And you do see versions of that sometimes. Is his full name Sponge Robert? Yes.
Rebecca
oh my
is
God.
having fun.
Yes, his full name is Sponge Robert. He gets referred to as Robert a couple of times. You could watch the show.
All right, let me take that down. Sorry, Spenzy.
No, that's my fault. Sorry.
Sick burn.
That's right.
But why is Peter has that like American dude, I want you pose going on?
Because Quick's on holiday and I'm the best you got.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I didn't say I didn't like it. I loved it.
Spencer, you're doing a great job, mate. I appreciate it.
Do you know what it's like when someone goes on holiday and one has to take over? And
How did we do this to ourselves? Big shoot.
I don't know how to make friends
in
on
and
the show.
suddenly
Like
they're
enemies.
It's ruthless. I took Spency's job. Now he's taking Quick's.
Yeah, well, once I found I was out of a job, I started, trying to
Hey,
find
Quick, you should go on holiday. You work hard, man. It's a jungle in here. SpongeBob pants are circular and SpongeBob is square. Who cheated? That's rough. Don't know.
That's rough, yeah.
Good question. Who do you think cheated, Lulu? It's inspiring a lot of debate. Have you guys seen the? There was a SpongeBob parody comic called the Bikini Bottom Horror. Did the rounds on Reddit and whatnot.
Nah.
There was one probably not
Sorry,
appropriate for the show where he was green, but I don't want to say
Everyone's
anything else. Is that the one you're talking about?
Hang on. Frozen up. That's better.
Yeah.
No, we still got you, Pete.
Thanks, Duncan. Cool. Bikini Bottom Horror. Has anyone read that one? That comic?
No, sorry.
It was
I saw the
online.
one
Someone
where-
did it as like a fan comic. It's
Oh, okay.
Probably a couple. Anyways, I'm not gonna mention the naughty one. If nobody knows the naughty one, that's there wasn't one. Don't look up, kids watching. Do not go on the internet looking
quite
for
dark.
naughty
Look it up.
SpongeBob. Look for the funny ones.
This is a deep cut joke, but this is in your face, Alex.
Ah, that's not a joke. That's not a joke. That's just something below the belt.
Well below the belt.
Yeah.
Yes. Shoes are usually below the belt.
Not the way I wear them.
I think SpongeBob's mother cheated, as she seems more invested in his life than the father is. Well, Lulu, I wasn't expecting deep probing psychology on SpongeBob, but thank God we've got it now.
What's the deal with SpongeBob's parents? Are they sponges?
They are.
I hope
But
so.
they're circular.
Well, I mean, we've got was
And
it a
this
crab
upsets
or an
me, Lou.
octopus or whatever that had a whale as a kid?
Well, yeah,
That was
that's
his boss.
why I asked. 'Cause
I believe there's an episode that shows her being adopted by crabs,
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
okay.
but I can't quite remember that one. It was kind of it sounds like it was too serious for me, so I probably tuned out. Mr.
Tends
Crab,
to go
that's
into it tends to go into some pretty deep subjects from time to time. You wouldn't
does, it's
expect a
great
kids
fun.
show. Yeah,
right. No,
which is quite humorous from time to time.
But I think a lot of those Nickelodeon cartoons of the time, they were kind of had it's kind of like a throwback to the old Looney Tunes cartoons. It was good for kids, but if you were an adult, there was an extra joke in there that you wouldn't have gotten as a 12-year-old. And I think SpongeBob probably like the last one of the kind I can think of, because now they're kind of safe where you've got cartoons for adults and then cartoons for kids, and it's kind of you don't have that hitting both notes anymore, unless I'm missing out. But Loud House didn't have any of that.
Adventure Time is probably Adventure Time and the normal show, even Gravity Falls for that matter.
You mean
They're
regular
all-
show? Did you mean regular show?
Sorry, regular show. Sorry, regular show.
Yeah, regular show was good. I was like just college. It was just like college kids, college characters, and then it was on cartoon. I thought it looked like an Adult Swim cartoon, and they aired it on Cartoon Network. It was a bit odd.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it definitely was the demographic of they were trying to hit, and like they're looking at it now, like there's some jokes in there. It's like if it's like a Pixar movie, I guess you think about it. Like there's jokes in there for parents that just fly over the top of the heads of kids, and I think that kind of humor is Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. Well, Cartoon Network, may they rest in peace, because now they're no more. But those kind of cartoons is what I thrived on as a kid, and I think there's a lot of adults out there that are very much the same now. And I think there are still cartoons coming out that are probably like this. I haven't really watched anything recently, but like Adventure Time for me was where it was really at that kind of adult humor, but it was for children.
Mm.
They were making that kind of humor and jokes in it. And I guess the next level is Rick and Morty and cartoons like that go into that next genre of people and adults.
But Rick and Morty has alcohol content, has naughty language that kids watching today don't learn about. Like, you just learn the normal languages, and then so don't watch Rick and Morty.
I mean, I was watching South Park as a child, so I mean, there's probably kids watching Rick and Morty out there.
That's true.
What do you think is the Krabby Patty formula? I think it's other crabs. I think that's why Mr. Krabs is so scared of it going public.
I think it's whale. I think it's whale.
Ooh.
That's why he's got an adopted daughter.
That's good too. I like that.
I still
Kieran,
think
dive in and give us the top 3 episodes.
Top 3 episodes. I think the pilot episode is fantastic. Fuck me, you make me think. I love the first movie. That first movie is absolute gold. And I enjoy the episode where when there's an opposition burger joint opens and crabs and plankton have to work together, and at the end of it, it's SpongeBob that actually opened up the new one. Yeah, that's probably my top 3. And I'm going to cheat and say the movie's in there because the movie is I can't complain with that movie. Yeah,
the original movie's fantastic. I love it. My favorite episode's the one where they buy a big screen TV and then they throw the TV out and they're just playing the box for the whole episode.
Oh, the box episode is gold when they're just out the front and they keep annoying Squidward.
Squidward.
Squidward's losing his shit over it. He's like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, no, that's a great episode.
Poor Squidward.
Sorry, Kieran, there's actual kids watching
I love
today.
Oh.
So, kids, don't listen. Fast forward
Like one?
that part.
I love the camping one. Where they go camping like 2 feet from their front door and think they're in the wilderness. The Tattletale Strangler. That always cracks me up. And I don't know the name of it, but the one where SpongeBob's just playing with like a discarded bit of paper, having a whale of a time, and Squidward trades everything just to get it. His house, his clothes, and then it does nothing for. He realizes it is just rubbish.
My favorite is the episode that Lulu was talking about with the mum cheating. So...
Oh, God.
Lulu has a deep cut. Is that one of the children that's watching?
They're just night swimming.
Oh, Christ. What's she saying now? If the show was made today in a culture that is significantly more socially and environmentally responsible, do you think that he would be a microfiber cloth and not a sponge? No, I don't. But thanks for asking. That was annoyingly funny, actually.
Rebecca's got the best questions tonight.
No, she doesn't. Now, has anyone got any progress shots they'd like to show?
Yeah.
What Chris said. Suck it, Rebecca. Oh, what have we got, Nathan?
Hang on, Nathan.
Woo!
It's coming along.
Nice, man.
Oh,
Look at that.
nice.
That's classic.
That's wicked, Nathan.
Thanks.
Beautiful, man. That's
See
great.
if I can draw them on model.
Anyone else?
Get mine in focus.
Let's see if I can get you up.
Ah,
There
nice.
you go.
Look at that.
Oh, that's wicked.
That.
Nope.
Nay, you're right.
I've got a white screen.
Show us your white screen.
Oh,
Nice.
Awesome.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Favorite scene in the movie.
That is great.
It's the best song
Lulu.
ever.
Good sir, I am
Maybe.
not a mere child, and can I please have that drawing? Apologies. Just making sure.
Yeah, happily.
By the way, I just want to say that I'm so sad that Dave's not here. Would love to have seen his take on SpongeBob. So, Dave, if you're watching, just so you know, I am for not being here.
Yeah, Dave, submit yours anyway. I know you're not keen on SpongeBob, but
I have a feeling he's
I wanna
riding
see
Dinky his horse. Yeah, so he has a horse, Dinky, and
Keep going, Ellie.
Washing it with a SpongeBob.
that's a nice horse. Anyways, I'll be quiet now. Back to
I'm getting distracted. The
drawing.
comments are too entertaining.
Pete, do you want to run another one of those pictures from that book?
Yeah, okay, sure. Good call.
Yeah.
Here's some early storyboards.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the
Nice.
classic pants ripping episode.
Just before the episode Rob was drawing, I think.
Gotta also add, I
It's
think
cool
the
they put
memes
those
have
in the
become. Yeah, but I think the memes have become just as iconic as the show itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you think about
Yeah,
SpongeBob,
absolutely.
it's meme generator. Like how many have you seen that are SpongeBob memes?
yeah, but see a lot of those. Yeah, just think of like just Fry, take my money. I don't know, a lot of memes.
Yeah.
Trying to think. I know I can't think of a
Yeah.
specific SpongeBob meme because I know he's in a bunch of memes, but I can't think of a specific one. Like I know the Futurama one, the Fry going to take my money, and then I forgot which one is the one with the dog there burning and saying everything's fine. But I can't think what's the popular SpongeBob meme.
What other
There's
memes
one
do you
where-
know? Let's just keep listening.
What are memes?
It's how children talk.
Yeah,
Pardon
they just-
me, what's a meme?
Kids
It's
today.
youth
no
language.
respect.
You've upset Duncan. That's the most offended
said
I've
I
ever
know.
seen Duncan ever.
And I'm not the oldest person to know what a meme is. Anyway, sorry, Kieran. The guys are disrupting you. And
That's all right. No, it's all good.
List us some cool SpongeBob memes for us to look for on Reddit. Nick, Reddit is the website where all the cool kids go to.
What's a website?
The comments are going off the rails tonight.
So sorry, Kieran. Anyway,
Shall we throw to Kieran now? Ask Kieran some questions?
Let's go. Third attempt at this. And there must be some cool SpongeBob memes. Everybody.
I guess there's there's the one where he's holding up he's got the rainbow. No one cares. There's a few others.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a few.
Yeah.
I'll have to go to Google and find them for you. Alex,
Oh.
I'll send them over to you so you've got them.
Ah, thanks. Spedzi, you seem to be biting your lips. Is there something on your mind? Is there something? Are you trying to not laugh on a show that's about humor and funniness?
He wants to give me hosting tips.
No. I'm trying to just play in the quick roll, but then jokes come to me and I laugh about them to myself.
Draw them.
I've got one ready. I'm just waiting. I'm doing the quick thing. I've got something, and I'm just waiting for the right line.
What do you want me to say?
I've already drawn Pete, so it needs to be Pete needs to say something.
I thought you got to do a Nick.
Hello,
Main.
there, I am Peter. I wish no one was drawing a picture of me. This would be the perfect time to show that. No? Okay.
Look how timely it was.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Got him.
That is
in your face, Pete. Oh, don't you feel silly now? And clearly I haven't done the pose for a long time. I can't remember how they look.
Probably Peter and Kieran, because they got the book, know about it. But like with cartoon shows, there's two ways of writing it. Sometimes they're just script based, but with SpongeBob, it's storyboard based. So instead of having little scripts, they got a bunch of artists just draw up ideas, throw it on a board, and then make a series. So anyway, interesting fact. I'm trying to keep interesting facts coming.
Oh, that's
good.
Nice.
Tell us when you say one, all right?
I'm not the one here to judge what's interesting, Spencer. What do you think? Is this interesting or not? No, I think it's rather boring, and I'd rather have not listened to this 25 seconds of word dribble.
You'd be in so much trouble if I could draw you, Alex.
Friends.
Yeah, that's why I decided to draw.
Let's before things get ugly, let's throw to Kieran. Ask Kieran some questions, shall we? Guess spotlight time.
Oh yeah,
So
cool.
time,
Good.
give me
Coming
a
along.
second.
Now it's that part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
Kieran Jack.
Kieran,
Everyone.
fine.
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thank you. Hey, that's one of mine.
So, there we go. Look at that apparition. In Purgatory, got the D's exclusive
Purgatory.
there. Yeah. You're good enough to sell me this one in person.
Just
That was
2
a good
weeks
meeting of
ago.
the minds. Yeah, about that.
Proof edition. Whoa.
Oh, cool.
Sneak peek. Love that.
It's got a lot of edits to make, but
Don't they all?
yeah.
So I'm always curious about this one. What was the first comic that you read that motivated you to make a comic of your own?
The comic that I read to motivate me to make my own. That's a good question. I've never been asked that before. I think it was, well, actually, I was reading at the time Batman comics, and I kind of got to the point where I was a bit over reading Batman comics. I was like, okay, this is not really for me. I knew a lot of people that were doing indie comics, and I thought, well, why don't I start making my own comic books? I've got stories I'd like to tell. I always thought of doing weird and wacky comics and different stuff to what the main leagues were doing. It was nothing against the main comic, DC, Marvel, Image, Dark Horse. I still do read those comics, but I thought let's have a crack at doing it. So it was kind of, it was just a trigger moment of like, these comics I've read for a while, that doesn't really interest me anymore. I'm going to do my own thing, try and do my own thing, throw my hat in the ring, see what happens. If it's successful, cool. If it's not, then I'll turn away and just go get about my day. But it was kind of interesting. I just decided one evening I was going to start making comic books. It was really weird, actually, now I think back on it. But it was exciting nonetheless. I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing at all about making a comic, but I'd read them for so long that I was like, all right, let's just take it. Let's jump into the deep end and have a crack at it and see what happens. And here I am now.
It's interesting how often that's the trajectory of people. They read sort of the more mainstream comics, and then one day they realize they're kind of tired of it and start seeing what's closer to home. And, sometimes they go on to create. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like I was self-taught illustrator. I'd done a little bit of writing, like some fan fiction and stuff. So I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, now's the time. And basically, took the leap of faith and jumped into it and created a series that was enjoyed by people. And I was like, all right, this is it. This is where I start. And 7 years later, I'm still doing it. So it must be enjoyed by people, and I enjoy doing it. So it means something.
That's it, man. Totally. So you illustrate and write a lot of stuff. How does your approach to the two, writing and drawing, differ?
It's quite interesting going back to what Alex was talking about with SpongeBob before, where they were doing the storyboards before they had the scripts and creating. That's how I started with the Talking Bread. I was illustrating. I had the story in my mind, but I was kind of creating the illustrations on the page before I was actually doing the writing the story, and then I'd write the story around the actual page art. And then after the success of the first issue, I was like, I need to kind of strategize what I'm going to do and kind of take it to another level and start actually writing a script and developing a story. So I kind of did a bit of deep diving into, writing a script, comic book script, and how it differentiates to writing, say, a TV script or a film script. I learned a bit about that and then jumped into writing the second issue of Talking Bread.
Oh, gee, sorry.
Nice one, Spendy.
Sorry, when I dropped out. Anyway, my bad.
It was kind of it was weird starting off not really knowing what to do, but I think as I've continued to create more comics, I've again self-taught myself in script writing and how to create sequential art within a story. I guess page turners is what we call it, and get people excited about reading, but also watching the art evolve and unfold in front of their eyes when they're reading the comic books.
Awesome. Do you have a big any big influences from people outside of the cartooning sphere?
Not exactly. I mean, comics and cartoons is where my heart lies. I love film. I have a big fondness for horror films, and I think The Talking Bread does have a notion of horror in it, without going too far for the kids, which is what the comic was created for. It's created for kids, and then the fact that adults enjoy it for their bread puns and whatnot. There's definitely a horror tone in my comics that kind of bleeds through. So movies, horror, definitely do influence my storytelling, but I think cartoons and the comic book genre medium do mainly influence my storytelling and art style. Nice one, Spencer.
Yes, Chris, I agree with both of your previous points. Sequential art is better than rubbing the lotion on the stick. And I would make a beautiful dwarvish tribe, obviously. Very pretty.
Yeah.
Come on.
Skin or stick? Skin. Stick. Yeah.
That's my dyslexia. Apologies. Other questions? I had more written down. Hang on.
Hit me.
I've noticed
Drop in that I did say
You're
something
great.
interesting, and Kieran did a callback.
Sorry, Alex.
That's all. Take credit.
No, Alex, go ahead.
I'm happy to see.
Hey,
What's
Dave, how you doing?
avatar on Dave's avatar? Is that somebody that shouldn't?
It's one
Is
of his
that
pictures.
yeah? Oh, okay, cool. No worries. I thought it was some Austrian fella. I could be talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger or Falco.
You should be talking about Falco.
Herr Kommissar.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That reads as Alex.
Anyways, I shouldn't know who Falco is. Sorry. Anyways, I'll quiet. Kieran, you're the start.
It's all right. It's all good, Alex.
So I've one thing I've noticed is that you're a great promoter and networker. You've got the podcast with Halftone Productions. I've seen you man the booth like an absolute pro. You've done a lot of crowdfunding. For a lot of comic creators, that's the harder side of things. It's because they're naturally introverted. The business side of things is not something that a lot of them necessarily think of. Did you find that difficult?
Shorter answer is yes. It always is difficult. It doesn't matter if you're introverted or not. I think I've got a background in business management, so it does help.
Right.
But even that only goes so far. What I've found is that people like to put a face to the work, especially. And in indie comics, that's really important. So the likes of doing conventions and pitching your books to people and telling them why they should be buying them. The same goes for crowdfunding, putting your name to the actual crowdfunding platform to make sure that people know that it's an actual person behind it, why they should be buying it. It's definitely hard. And as I have continued to create, the bigger the books I've got, the bigger the funding has to be for crowdfunding. I've had to put that, I've had to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? I've had to be more forceful in getting funding, and I've also had to put myself out more than beforehand. The first one I did back in 2016 was easy. It was a fluke. I had the podcast that I was doing. I had a bit of an audience that were listening to that, so they were intrigued by me jumping into creating comics rather than just doing a podcast on talking to indie creators. So that was a real kind of. It was easier. I'm going to admit it was easy. Now it's a lot harder. I have to really push hard to present my work to people and tell them why they need to buy it. And I think every creator is the same. They all will experience this moment when they go and put themselves on the line to kind of tell people why they should be reading, why they should be buying, and supporting their work.
That's really interesting that you say more difficulties arise. Most would assume that the first initial pushing would be the hardest, and then you'd sort of find niches. But it's an uphill challenge, apparently.
Yeah, far from
I
I
think
think.
in your case because you produce amazing stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I think the Talking Bread, for instance, is a harder sell. Coming off the back of the Apparition and in Purgatory, I mean, it's got skulls in it, and everyone loves a skull and a little bit of darkness. Misery loves company, and I think that people enjoy reading stories that are darker in tone but then you've got the Talking Bread that comes along, and then Talking Bread is a very happy, wacky cartoon style of storytelling that the average comic book reader wouldn't be interested in. It's a harder sell. I mean, I'm experiencing that right now with this crowdfunding campaign. We're a week in, 33% funding. It's not bad. I would like it to be a little bit more further along, but it's just going to be a harder goal to reach. And I'm sure I'll get there. There's no doubt in my mind I won't get there. It just means I've really got to put myself out there more and more. And I'm guessing, you guys will probably be sick of hearing of me by the end of the month on social media, because I'll be pushing myself even harder on there, saying buy my book.
We all understand.
Buy my book.
Kieran,
Yeah.
Kieran, are you on TikTok as well? Can we find?
Sorry, I have to watch my language. Hell no. Unfortunately, I'm not.
So that's why I haven't been. You haven't reached me, because that's why I look.
You're on TikTok, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I tried it, and I felt I was spreading myself over too many platforms. So I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and I kind of felt that it was taking focus away from the other platforms where I already have a base audience. And I'm probably being biased here, but I've got a good following on Instagram, so I'm like, well, I can do, put twice the amount of work into Instagram, or I can kind of split it up.
Nice one.
Well done. I can kind of put more effort into those other platforms rather than spreading myself thin across more platforms. I am on MySpace as well. I don't know if that still counts, but
that still exists. Wow.
Bring back.
Well, I think Justin Timberlake bought it, didn't he? So
just for the nostalgia, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake was a JT. I don't know how he calls himself these days. Bought MySpace.
Why? Oh, whatever.
Just for the memes.
Yeah, just for the fun of it.
So, can you give us a brief, if you can, keep it brief? I know maybe it's a very long story on the formation of Halftone Productions, because there's some great names involved.
It basically just started off as a one-man show. It was the podcast
beforehand, or
Brad is Brad actually lives in the same town as I do, in Albury. So we got to know each other through his partner, and she introduced us, and we kind of kicked it off there. We were both comic book readers and enjoyed the same kind of medium, so we kind of just met up that way. He had an idea he wanted to do, and I kind of pushed him and saying, "Dude, you need to get it out into the world. Don't be afraid, do it." This is long before I even started doing mine. I was already encouraging him to do it, so he did that, and then he lost his artist, and so I asked him if he'd like to come on to Halftone Productions, which was formulated off the back of the podcast and Talking Bread. And basically from there, we've just kind of grown. And then last year, we brought in Logan French, who has now got Amphibian Noir, and that's one of our big releases from this year. And he's been on the show, of course. Yeah, and he's currently working on the second one.
We've done Amphibian Noir. It was great fun.
Yeah, it's been very well received, and it's really nice to get the feedback from. I guess I'm producing it, and Logan's doing the hard yards, and it's kind of great to see something pick up and be received so well. So that's exciting. And then from there, it's kind of just slowly working away, and I'm not trying to grow the publishing side of it to huge lengths at the moment. I'm happy just doing my stuff and helping out Brad and Logan, and I've I think I've kind of got the premise of it's theirs. I don't want to own their property. I don't want to own IP. It's their babies. They really need to grow it. I'll help them, kind of nurture them. Same as what Sizzle does with ComX.
Nice.
And they're friends at the same time. I mean, I've met them through mutual love of comic books and conventions and hanging out with them and talking to ungodly hours in the morning about comic books and having fun and mates. You know, that's basically it. Making friends.
That's awesome, man. Very relatable. Any other questions for Kieran?
Oh, yeah, sorry, what did you say you were from, Kieran? What's your hometown again?
I mean, I reside in Albury, Wodonga.
Oh, okay, because I remember ages ago, like we were looking at comics, and I remember it was like this weird, like all was Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and then I remember Albury was like this odd place that had a comic shop. This was like over 20 years ago. Is that still there?
No, that's well and truly gone. I know the one you're talking about too, because I used to go there as a kid when we used to come to Albury, and no, it's well and truly gone.
Oh, that's not good. I was gonna say a naughty word, but I held back. So I hope the big bosses at the ComX studios can appreciate me holding back my naughty words, because it sucks when it's sad when a comic store closes. And so
yeah, it's a bummer. Maybe one day, you never know what happens. I might decide to open it. No, I don't know if I'll do that.
I reckon you should. I mean, if you need positive reinforcement and just vibes coming to your area to open a comic shop, I'm all there, just throwing vibes.
I've toyed with the idea. I don't know. I don't know. I enjoy doing conventions. I just don't know if I could pull myself away from creating comics and just running a comic book store. But we'll see what happens. You never know what the future holds.
I reckon you got the business savvy to make it work, get the comic shop working, and then also get a publishing thing working.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've spent enough time at Brendan's at D's Comics watching him hustle like he does, and you know, I think that I could do it, but the way he does it is incredible. He's a machine. And yeah, maybe one day we'll see. We'll wait and see. Never know what the future holds.
Awesome, man.
Have you
got any art coming in, Spedsy?
He's the one that didn't quite make the cut.
Wait, is that a pun at my hair?
No. No, you're thin. I just took the existing drawing.
I thought it was having a stab at it because I got no hair.
Yeah, we don't encourage bullying on this show. So keep watching because somebody in your class
free with survival.
You're talking to the bread guy here. It's puns all around, right?
Yeah, Pete, did you want me to do art, did you?
I'll do the art.
Yes,
you
please.
keep drawing.
Oh, yep, sure. Cool.
There you go.
If someone can do the comment. Well, no, I'll do that as well. This
Wow,
one is
that's
sent
really
in
cool.
by Quick Nick.
Oh,
He's
holy
had
crap.
Oh,
Quick.
Is he a fan or
It's
not?
one of your best works, mate. Did he this did earlier or did he
What
do
you were
it
saying
now?
before, Alex, about his voice being annoying?
That's amazing,
Wow.
Quick.
Yeah.
Detective Budgie on Instagram, detectivebudgie.com.
Usually when
Check it out.
when Spedsy's and Speedy, Nick is quick.
Man,
I'm
the speed he spends it would have been
Um,
great.
Cool.
I
The
never
next one that
noticed
came in was from Rob O'Connor.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, wow,
That's cool.
Rob,
Hey, that's nice.
amazing.
That's really cute.
That's really good.
Good one, Rob.
Yeah, Nick.
Thanks,
Rob.
That could be a
Rob did a
promo
great
piece.
job.
It's great. It's Nickelodeon.
Soak it in while I type.
Easy.
People like to send pictures in once I start showing the pictures. This from Darren Roweth, I think. I think that's how his name's
Oh,
pronounced.
yeah, I know Darren. Nice work, Darren.
Nice.
He said
God.
in the email that this is the first time he's drawn in an extremely long time.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah, nice.
it doesn't show. It looks amazing.
Yeah, keep going, Darren. Can't stop, won't stop.
And then we got Hugh McGowan.
I was chatting to him earlier. He showed me this. It's awesome.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Hugh, for reminding me of
Great
the
work,
Bikini
Hugh.
Bottom horror. SpongeBob really hits different when it's in black and white, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the second star of the show, Mr. Peter Wilson.
Hey.
Wow.
Ah, Pete. Wow, look at that.
Nice.
That's a great crab.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's an octopus.
Patrick's hilarious. He's so much fun to draw. You can't make him too stupid.
No.
And I think this is rare because I don't know if Ed Kersley sends stuff in when he's not on the show very often.
Oh, nice.
Nice one, Ed. Good to hear from Ed as well. Check him out on Twitch, by the way, guys. If you're watching, he's great.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's like one of the cutaways you see in the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sometimes they go to like different art styles in the show, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I love
finally
that.
got this
Oh,
just
yeah?
today.
Oh, no way.
Good
You can
read.
grab it
Very
by,
good read.
The little tiny
Go on.
book.
Yeah. Here you go. Look at this.
Oh, nice.
Go follow Ed. He's awesome. Makes good comics.
Awesome.
Yes.
And buy his stuff. Or order it from ComX, but we're going to talk about that later.
Well, you can't. Oh, yes,
I'm
you
just-
can. Sorry, he's radical.
I'm just going to tease that promo a little bit later.
Yeah. Then we got Dan May. That was one of our regulars for sending
Is
my
there more
Hey,
progress on,
Dan.
or is anyone finished? Because we're nearly at that
Oh.
time.
Good one, Dan.
Yeah.
Great
Holy
work,
moly.
Dan.
Nice
Killing
one,
it at
Dan.
the moment. Killing it.
You ready to show yours, Nathan? Is that why you're looking?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much. I always forget where the camera is. Please.
Oh, nice.
Oh, awesome.
There we go.
Ah,
Fantastic.
yeah, Nathan, that's awesome.
Thanks.
Sweet.
It's always nice when you figure out you can get them on model.
Nice one, man.
Draw a Ren and Stimpy in there for Bert, I reckon.
Cool. Anyone else? Or we'll go back to what's been sent in. Yep. Michelle, another one of the regulars. On a coaster once again, I believe. Is that a coaster? Yeah, it's a
great.
coaster.
Yeah, great stuff,
Yeah,
Michelle.
right.
Michelle.
That's so cool.
G'day, Tom. Hi, Tony. Hi,
How you
Brad.
doing, Tom?
Great work,
I
Michelle.
agree with Brad.
Good to see you guys. That's fantastic. That's really good.
And someone
Very
who's
cute.
becoming a bit of a regular, Manuel Bao, I think is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is
Great.
great.
Yeah, this is a homage to 007, but I can't remember which story.
Hey,
Oh,
Sandy's
Moonraker.
getting some love. That's good.
It's Moonraker, isn't it?
I think so.
Hmm.
That's Sandy.
And Chris Kebblewhite has sent in a picture.
Oh, nice.
Chris.
Ah, man.
Good work, Chris.
Oh,
Wow. Gruesome.
Bit gruesome, but yeah.
Good work.
The paper
Just
here,
eating Patrick.
feeling
I like the
somebody
very
wasn't
human feet there.
A few notes there on the side. I don't know if we're into any secrets now. Neil Blandon becoming a bit of a
Oh,
regular.
Woo.
Whoa.
Oh,
That is sick.
Neil.
Neil,
Um, man,
Neil has been on the show.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I missed it. Sorry sorry, Neil, if you've been on the show and I forgot.
You can't forget him. He's awesome.
That
We're
is
gonna make sure
great.
you're on the show at the same time next time.
Yeah,
That's
I
beautiful.
love it. It's always love every time he
A
brings
lot
in.
going on there, but good.
It's got this crumb vibe to it. That's really awesome.
Mm.
Kids don't look at Crumb. He says naughty words.
And yes, he has been on the show. Just to answer
Ah,
your question.
I could never pull anything off like that, but yeah, it's cool, Neil.
Yeah, ignore me, Neil. I can't use the words to describe myself because it's naughty words. But anyways, not a good man. Not a bad man.
Quite right, Peter. There's been some great stuff tonight.
Yeah. And then we got Davo did a black and white.
Oh, nice.
Davo 77,
Oh,
that is.
nice, Dave.
Wow.
I love that
You got
Squidward.
down
That's
enough?
fantastic.
And he colored it in.
Oh, nice. Traditional colors as well. It's not like
Yeah.
a Photoshop hack.
Brilliant, Tony.
Great work, Davo.
And then Mr. May himself, Nick May.
Uh,
that is.
I love it. That
Awesome.
was
That's
cool.
sick, mate. That's sick.
song's better than Rocky. Eye of the Tiger. This is like the one that beat Eye of the Tiger to the best song in movies ever.
Nick, that's wicked.
Yeah.
Cheers. I think, yeah.
It
Good.
makes me almost feel
Yeah,
bad
we'll find
about,
compliments your way.
about this.
I need number one. Why am I wearing pants?
Because it's a kid's
That's
show.
Nick May round pants.
Kids are watching.
Oh, sorry.
That is
Nice.
Oh, Kieran, done some colouring by the look of it.
Yeah.
That is
Ah,
amazing.
Kieran, that's beautiful.
Nice.
Nice Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got that red
That,
sticky vibe.
that's SpongeBob, Alex.
I know, but it's like. Oh, is it? Oh no. Oh, no,
Dave
I'm
sent in a
silly.
quick one as well. Dave Dye.
Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go, Dave.
Oh,
Nice.
that's great work,
Yeah.
Dave.
Hey, he did submit one.
Smashed
time.
it.
Great
Nice one,
stuff,
Dave.
Dave.
Good one,
I
Dave.
think he's-
And here's one Duncan
That's
did
cool.
earlier.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Oh, awesome, Duncan.
That is
You
I
get-
think I did two, didn't I, Shane?
Yeah, I was getting to that. And then
Oh,
Duncan
thank you.
did this while the show was going. So, kids, avert your eyes. It's a little gruesome.
Ah, man. Metal.
Yeah,
I can't see
different
it.
when it's black and white.
There we
Can
go.
you go down and up?
It's not coming up
Was
to
that
me.
something? Oh, not coming up
I
for you.
didn't see
Okay,
Duncan.
sorry.
No, I can't see it either.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, holy moly. Now I have.
Oh, love it.
There we go.
Wow.
Something
Wow.
wholesome.
That's great. That's cool. It's like SpongeBob Halloween special.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Love
Well,
it.
it is almost Halloween. Only a couple of weeks to go. Then we can raid our neighbors
that-
for candy and stuff.
That brings us to mine. And this, after that,
Yes,
it's going
please.
to be really bad because I whipped this up quite
Nice.
quickly.
Ah, nice.
I went with Patrick because he looked
Nice.
easy to draw.
Sweet.
Hey, SpongeBob.
That's awesome, man.
I can hear Kerry laughing in the next room. She just saw it.
Good job, Shane.
Thank you, Bruce. Think you're a donkey. I love your work. I love your work. Don't listen to me. I'm a horrible human being.
No, I love it.
I'm what the teachers call a bully.
It barely looks like a horse.
Is that everyone?
And to round the art out, we have our animation.
Whoa.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Ah, Alex, now I know. Now I know why you're having extra cracks at me because you're buttering me. Whatever the reverse of buttering up is.
But Unbuttering it? Just removing the butter?
You were licking the butter free so that you could. That was beautiful.
I figured it's going underwater.
Yeah.
Water. Yeah, okay.
Going under the sea. But he has to start someplace.
So I think, is that everyone's drawings? I think it is.
I think it is, yeah.
So
What
I
am I
think
missing?
it's time for me to scroll down and do this bit.
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment shameless self-promotion.
And I'll go first because I can. We will go with ComX Shop, and I've changed it so you can see the comments still down the bottom. That's Australian indie goodness, all at one, flat postage rate within Australia. ComX.shop, and we've got over, I think it's about 100 titles at the moment now. So come to the shop, buy a whole bunch, get them all at one flat rate. Over to you, Peter.
Just awesome. Just to second that, you can find my stuff in ComX Presents or Crimson and Rascal at the ComX Shop, or message me at Instagram. That's my handle there, by Peter Wilson. Thank you. Spezzy.
Yeah, so look at this. This is a book called Sluggish 2. I am 16 pages in. So now's a good time to go to psychojanitor.com and help this poor lad from something. He's sad. Go help him. Psychojanitor.com. What am I even saying? I should be used to pimping myself. Over to you, Alex. Bail.
Okay,
Bail.
so, I'm just gonna give another shout out to the store, and what Shane forgot to mention. Not everybody's Australian that watches this. So if you're Pablo from Mexico or somebody else from the Philippines, I can't do a stereotype Philippine name. But if you're watching it, just go on the shop.
Email that email.
And there's email that, and then they'll. Shane will sort you out. Shane will sort you out. As a fellow Aussie creator, I got comics at Sizzle's stuff as well at the ComX Shop, and I don't mind foreigners buying my stuff. So.
Good.
Nice. And don't forget, what should people
be?
If
you're Australian, you can buy stuff too. So I'm happy for everybody to buy stuff from Shane's shop.
Alex.
And then,
what should everyone watching the show do though?
Sorry. Oh, they need to subscribe, ring the bell, or subscribe, ring a bell, share it with a friend, leave a bunch of comments. Every week, watch an episode. So we'll go back. We've got a bunch of old episodes. Go through all of them, and tell your like-minded friends to watch it as well. It's like being on a Zoom call, and you don't have to say anything, and we all say funny stuff.
Hey kid, you know how you love Zoom calls? Come and join one. You're not on.
we all miss those COVID days. We all have those fond COVID memories. So anyways, I'm not selling it. Okay, other person's Quicknick's not here to promote himself. He's working on a new anthology with flight stuff going on. So go on Detective Budgie on all socials. I have a page on it. I think Spedsy has a page, and a couple of other people here are involved. So plug for that. And then everybody else is already following me on TikTok except Kieran. So for Kieran, just go on on TikTok. So you can be so I can have everybody follow me on that. And then that's it. And then let Duncan below me pimp himself. I'm done.
Hey, that's me. Greetings, humans. I am also in the ComX Shop, where you can get this, which is a delightful tale of a little cat trying to find her way in the world. And it's a delightful tale, because I know we've got kids watching, and it's a very family-friendly book. So everyone should get it for their kids. It's really nice. As you can tell, it's pink and cute. And look how cute it is. Look how cute it is. Adorable. So then, it's just cute. It's so yeah, that's on ComX Shop, and you should go and get it. So cool. Give me some money. I'm done now.
Well,
Awesome. Good read. It is a great read.
I am at Chernobyl on Instagram. I've got some work in Vamoose that can be found in the ComX Shop and at Psycho Janitor. I've got some work in The Mysterious Zombie Basketballer, which one day will be available from Silver Fox Comics. And I've got something coming up in Quick Nick's Flyboys anthology. So I guess we'll all look forward to that. But enough about me. What about you?
Yes.
With me, I came prepared. I think I did this last time.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get you up there.
Yeah, so there's website and Instagram details if people want to check it out and follow.
Nice.
I think I'm also going to be having a small thing come up in Nick's anthology as well. I just haven't quite worked out the details yet. But these are my books.
Oh, sorry.
Redback Armageddon, issue 1 and 2. It's all about psychic bikies and out in the desert post-apocalypse, satanic wizards, mutant animals, all that kind of stuff. It's always a bit of fun. So I've also got a story coming up in an upcoming project called Ghost Agents, which is a Kickstarter project. Some guys I know over in the States, and some of the work I have in with that. That'll give an example of the kind of stuff I've got coming up in there.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
So, yeah, so a bit on the go at the moment.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Good stuff.
Thanks.
Awesome.
And now I think it's Kieran?
Me.
Where is he?
Yes, the one.
I'm here. Yeah. Hello.
Kieran.
Are you there?
Sorry.
I have a Kickstarter happening right now. It's called The Talking Bread. It's my original series. It's now been remastered. You can catch it on Kickstarter. We've still got a way to go for our funding, but any support is appreciated, whether you share it on social media, TikTok, or you can support it by picking up a copy. We've got digital copies, we've got physical copies, like you can see tonight. This is the proof edition. We've got pins, stickers, plush toys, and limited edition artwork from the comic. And also, I can do sketch art that's on offer as well. So you can head over to Kickstarter and check that one out. Volume 2 is ready to go once this is released. So we'll be doing that one in 2023. We've got Matt Kimes' Wrath of the Curse, which I'm currently in production with. So a lot happening over here, but if you can go and check out The Talking Bread, fully remastered in color and relettered, it's phenomenal. It looks incredible, and I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. It's the way it's always intended to be, which will be in color. So yeah, go and check it out. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kieran.
Thank you.
Just one thing, a quick way to get to the latest Kickstarters is this link here. And Talking Bread is at the top of that list. So very easy to find.
Awesome.
Great. And that's everything, I believe.
I believe we go on for another 15 minutes of just some random talking about SpongeBob's. Anyone else have some final things to say about the sponge? Rob,
well, he lives in a pineapple under the sea.
Oh, yeah. I already saw Nick's bikini bottoms, so that was interesting. Okay. Anyways, Rob,
to tulips. There you go.
You should end this on a high. I'm just taking it lower, so can you just dig this?
Hey, that's not me. You got to talk to this guy.
sorry, Peter. Yeah, that's right. Rob's day off today, so can you make this show go on a high? Because I'm not doing it. I'm trying, but it's not. I'm failing.
Well, I think that's all from us then.
Nice.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, apologies.
Thank you for your art.
See you guys soon.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your art. Yep,
And thank you for all your comments and views and all the art. It's been fantastic. And we'll catch you guys again next week.
See you, everyone. See you next week.
Someone should call the police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to comx.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright sis, press the button. End the show. Don't make me butter your biscuit. Sizzle, press the button. Sizzle? Sausage sizzle. Hashtag